once I have it all pressed out, okay, I'm gonna check it. Yep, that looks better. Now you're going to use your toilet paper tube. This is gonna act like an armature. An armature is something that's gonna help hold your clay together. And what we're gonna do is we're going to put it at the bottom here so it lines up, and I'm just gonna roll the clay up. Now you're gonna see that I have extra clay here. So what I'm gonna do is I need to cut off that extra clay. I didn't grab a needle tool, so I'll just use my fork here a second. Cut off that extra clay. And then what do I need to do with these two pieces? You should know that anytime the clay needs to be put back together, it needs to be slipped and scored. So we're gonna score this clay, score this part of the clay, right? Because we want it to attach, and then push these together. And then I always blend it too. That way these pieces aren't gonna fall apart. See, the toilet paper tube is holding it into a circular shape. So now what I'm gonna do is I've got this extra clay here at the top. I'm gonna start pinching this extra clay and closing this off. And I'm gonna start squeezing it into a cone shape. You can see that right now it's kind of rough. It's kind of bumpy. It's got cracks. Right now I'm not gonna worry about that. Just gonna worry about kind of getting a cone shape for the top of the bobblehead. I can smooth it with my fingers if I want here. Make sure you don't cave this in. You want this to stay a circle, okay? So now what I would do is I would take my head here. You want to make sure that you've got a little dent on the inside of your head, that way it can balance in there. And we're gonna try it out. Is this gonna bobble? Is that big enough? Okay. Some of you might find that when you do this, you need to make it taller or skinnier. Some of you might need to make it shorter. But that's essentially how you make the bottom. Now it's up to you to decide how you're gonna decorate it. Are you gonna add feet? Are you gonna add a tail? So for this one, let's say I wanna make a tail for it. So I'm gonna take some extra clay. Maybe I'll roll it out into a coil here, and I want a curly tail on the back of my animal here. Let's say I want that little tail to go on there. I can do that. All I have to do is score the clay where I want the tail to attach, score the tail, and then make sure you stick it on good. If you do not score and attach properly, things will fall off and you're gonna have problems. The other thing you can do too is you can use your needle tool and you can draw in. You can draw textures or draw lines to create your bobblehead here. So that's it for the bottom. And then just make sure that the top is gonna bobble. You wanna make sure that there's room so that it can rest on there and move around.